radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Well, good. Oh, I'm sorry. Hello. I got frozen right there for a minute for some reason. I want to thank you all so very much for joining me on this here beautiful day here in Tallahassee, Florida. We're so glad to have you to join us on the Real Talk with Judy live radio show, the show designed to stretch, empower, inspire, and motivate you, both seasoned and emerging leaders, so you can excel in your leadership journey. Thank you for joining me as I celebrate your uniqueness and different perspective and encourage your voices to be heard. I am truly glad that you are in the right place at the right time with the right person. The people architect, yours truly, Judy Mandrell, the Judy Mandrell with the Real Talk with Judy show. To all of those of you who are joining once again, I want to thank you so very much for joining me via radio, Facebook Live, or YouTube. And to all of you outside of Tallahassee, thank you so very much for coming back in. I greatly appreciate it. I am honored and thankful that you have chosen to join me. So please do me a favor. Do me a favor. You know how I do it. I want you to go ahead and tag everybody, call, email, do what you have to do, and let them know that the Real Talk with Judy show is on the air right now. I'm on right now. And while you're doing that, I want you to go ahead. While you're doing that, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to say hello to my mom and to my husband and everybody I say hello to. All right. So do me a favor right now. Right, I know you're on the radio. Some of you are driving while you're on the radio. Some of you may be at your desk. But go ahead, text, email, do what you have to do, and get them on the radio. Now, if you're driving, be careful. Okay, be very careful so you won't get in an accident. So I want to say hello to my mama, mother, Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley, and I want to thank you all for your continued prayers. I ask you to continue her in your prayer. Continue her in your prayers. She's had some challenges the last few days. So if you all will continue her in your prayers for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Some people say, Judy, Dr. Judy, I see you. What can we do for you? Pray for my mama and cash at me. Yep, you can do those two things. Pray for my mama and cash at me. That is $ Real Talk with Judy. I'm always accepting cash app or donations or just tokens of love to me for this show. So I want to thank you, everyone, far and near, for all of your prayers for my mom. And of course, to my husband, my lovely husband, my awesome and wonderful husband, Superintendent Gerald Mandrell, the senior pastor of Life Changers, and my husband for almost 43 years. He is the reason I get to do what I do. And I want to give a huge thank you to Sister Priscilla John Louis and her production team. We're talking about dreams come true. She made dreams come true, and she made dreams look good while they are coming. So I want to thank her for being my trusted, one of my trusted partners in producing such a great show as the Real Talk with Judy show. And I want to thank you. And every time I am on, I want to say thank you to the #1 Real Talk with Judy without a doubt audience. And that would be you. That would be you. So we're excited. I'm excited about you being on today. Today, I have such a special guest. I have two guests. I should have, the second guest is the reason why the first guest in this second part of her life, or third, is popular. Yeah, she's making the first guest extremely popular. All right. So I want to bring to you all the way from Tallahassee, Florida. She's going to tell us a little bit about herself. She's a woman that I admire so much. Her way of thinking is phenomenal. Her wisdom, her knowledge, just the way her perspective is. We've heard her a long time on WCTV news, but she is absolute. I get to serve with her on a board of directors. When I tell you her mind is sharp. And y'all already know who it is because you saw on my flyer. Some of y'all do. But I'm bringing to you a great voice, one who helped people get established, one who believe in your dreams. She is a cheerleader for everybody. The one and only Miss Shonda Knight.
Good. Hello. Good. So good to see you, Pastor Judy. I thank you for those kind words because, I look at you and I'm so elated to be able to be in your presence today. And I've got with me my daughter, Zaya.
Yeah. Hi, Zaya. Zaya, I'm gonna let you tell us something about yourself in just a few minutes. You are absolutely amazing. I appreciate you so much. And I'm excited about what we're gonna show the audience, how you inspired your mom, and how you and your mom are going to inspire so many of us today. So Miss Shonda, what I want you to do, I know some people know you, some people don't. I don't know who don't, but we want you to go ahead and introduce yourself and present yourself to us, and also present your daughter. But I already know she ain't shy, so we're gonna let her say some things to us as well. Go ahead, Miss Shonda, introduce yourself.
Sure. My name is Shonda Knight. I am homegrown Tallahassean, a purpose seeker. As you mentioned, many people in our community who know me from WCTV television. I was a news anchor at a almost 20-year television news career before Lord led me into another direction. And so now I'm doing great community work. I'm working with the Sheriff Walt McNeil at the Leon County Sheriff's Office. And boy, I tell you, it's real hard work. So I'm enjoying, as you say, the next chapter of life and what God is doing. And so this is my daughter, Zaya. She just turned 10. So wow. She's in a double-digit club now. But she's headed to the 5th grade. She is a spunky, energetic, talkative, beautiful young lady.
I wonder where she get the talkative part from.
I think she got it honestly.
Zaya, what would you like to say to the audience? You have a lot of people listening to you all over Tallahassee, all over Quincy, but also outside the state. We have people here from New York and Connecticut, Memphis, Bahamas, Scotland, Paris. They are on. And so I told you have a lot to say. And Shonda, I am so proud of the way you have raised your children. Greatly appreciated. And we are thankful. Zaya, what would you like to say to all these people?
Well, first off, hi, my name is Zaya White, and I'm so excited to be on this show with you. And I'm just happy to be here.
And we are so glad to have you. And I'm going to ask a question. I'm just going to see what you're going to say. And Shonda, this is going to be part of our talk so we can get the people. I really want us to empower people to dream, not to allow their dream to go. How do you handle setback? But we're going to get into all of that because I know in a lot of areas you are successful. You have made some great strive. And I have recommended people to you to talk to you, especially some who've been in your field, simply because when you were on all those years, you did a fantastic job. And now you have one of the best, I don't want to say boss because he don't like that word. You have one of the
he
best.
He doesn't. No, servant leader.
Yeah, now that's what he is for real. You have one of the best servant leaders to work with everywhere. So Zaya, when you hear dreams do come true, what do you think about dreams do come true?
Yes, they do come true all the time if you ask God.
Amen.
Oh, so y'all better get that. Y'all hear the first thing this 10-year-old said? My, she said they do come true if you ask God. What would you tell somebody, Zaya, if they're like scared, it seems like things ain't happening for them right now? What would be some encouraging words you would say to these 25,000 people listening to you?
Well, I want to just say ask God to help you, and also I want you to pray. I want you to feel confident. I want you to do all those things.
Wow, Mama, and I asked her that for a reason because I knew we were going to be on the spur of the moment. You know, she's 10, but man, what wisdom she just gave to us. What would you say?
Listen, it's all God. It's all God. I would love to take the credit, but if you know her grandmother, she probably got most of that from her, which is where I get it from. I was saying off camera, we were having some difficulties logging in before, and I'm here frantic. I'm like, why isn't this working? And it's saying I need to update the time. And she said, Mama, let's pray. And I said, okay.
All right, so they're coming right back. See, that's how it is. That's okay. We're having a problem with the camera. Y'all know how it is when you're on the internet and all of that. But wasn't that phenomenal? The 10-year-old says, when you're having problems or you're feeling some kind of way, pray. She said, ask God. Here she is, 10 years old, immediately pray and ask God. And I would say that's what we need to do right now. You want your dreams to come true, or you want to see things happen as we're taking notes, because they're going to come back and they're going to talk with us. But as you're taking notes and as things are happening, I would like to strongly suggest to you that one of the first things you put on your vision board is to ask God. To ask God. And she said to have confidence. To have confidence, to ask God and to have confidence. And this is what I would like to suggest, that you have confidence in the fact that God is able to help you make your dream come true, that God is able to help you do that. Okay, that there is no failure in God. There is no back talking God. God will show up every time if you believe. And you got to grasp hold to that. Some of you are listening here now and you're just about to give up, or you're feeling a little frantic because it doesn't seem like things is going to work out. Zaya, who's 10 years old, said have confidence in God. Pray and have confidence. Pray and have confidence, and don't worry. Let God figure it out. I mean, not figure it out. Let God work it out. You just trust him. All right. One of the things I want to say to you in Habakkuk, it said, see that she done prayed her back in again. She done prayed her, and Shonda, I was just talking about the words that she just told us. She told us to have, she told us to pray and have confidence in God.
She did, and that's the key, Pastor Judy. We so many times, we ask God, and the confidence part, that's that faith. That's faith is what it is. And so, we pray sometimes, so we don't actually believe our prayers. And so that's the key to it, is knowing that it's already done.
Ooh. Oh, so you're going to come on preaching today, huh? You're going to come on because that's what it is. And I love the fact, Shonda, that you're training your children for this. Here's your 10-year-old daughter sitting here, and you're getting a little whatever because it's not working. She said, pray. Parents, those of you who are listening, maybe you already do it, but let's just enhance it, getting our children to understand that God is the answer. Shonda, when was it that you knew, or some of your dreams growing up? Now, to me, you always seem, you're always cool. We've been in LT 36 class for a year together. for a whole year, and your demeanor was always like this. You never just, you didn't do a Terrence Barber and a Judy Mandrell in the class. You were just so calm. Let's talk about that. And I know you just talked about your mother, right? Her grandmother, and I do know that.
Yes.
Because your mother and I was in the Leon County, the
Citizens Academy together.
We was in the academy together. You was
right.
in the police, the sheriff department academy. How did you manage growing up?
It's a journey. It's a walk. It's a faith walk. And so, I just early on in life learned to be a purpose seeker. And every step of the journey is, Lord, what's next? Where do you want to, where are we going? I'm just the vessel. Where are we going? Yeah. Guide me. And that's truly been the key to my success. My 18-year television career, people are like, why'd you leave? Why would you leave? Our show was the #1 watch show in the region. Yes. Why would you leave? And I'm like, because God said it was time. Who am I to question that? Wow. And so this next chapter of my life, I have no regrets. It's been such a great experience. I've been able to work at another level of our community and really feel like I'm making impact. And so it's just a blessing to be used, by God. And so It's so funny when you talk about dreams do come true. And we're going to get to the real topic that we were going to talk about today. But that really wasn't even a dream of mine. My dream was God used me, and that's how he chose to use me,
Wow. So you're saying so much. You said you're a purpose seeker. Mm-hmm. And everyone, I think that would be good for us to horn for ourselves. Lord, help me to be a purpose seeker. And I like what you said. You said, where are we going now? What are we going to do? Asking God. How would you what would you suggest to some who are saying, well, I want to do that, but it looks scary out there. Sometimes this world just looks scary, or trusting this person or doing that. How would you speak to them right there?
Well, I've been there. And I can't say that the position that I have now, I haven't always been there. It's been a elevation, constantly. But I think that my best example, I guess, was when I was in college. I knew second grade career fair, I came dressed as a news anchor, second grade.
Wow.
And when I got to college, I'm like, okay, it's time, right? It's time to do it. But then people started telling me, the news business is so competitive. It's hard to get a job. You're not going to make that much money. You're going to have to move far away from your family. And I got discouraged. And I was like, well, I'm going to go and be a pharmacist because, pharmacy, you're going to have a job. You make good money coming out of college. And long story short, I was at revival at my church, and the minister who had been our minister when I was growing up younger had come back to do revival. And he asked me, what was I doing? I said, I'm going to be a pharmacist. And he said, you need to seek God on what it is you should be doing. He just had this pause, which I knew that, but for some reason that night, it really resonated with me. And I went home and sat on my bed after revival. And I said, okay, God, what is it that you want me to do? And I opened my Bible, Pastor Judy, and it opened to Psalms 45:1. And it said, your tongue is the pen of a ready writer. And that was my career confirmation. So I say all that to say, we don't always have faith in our dreams, and it's the devil's job to discourage us along the way. But if you seek God, he'll give you those confirmations on the direction that you're supposed to be going. And from then on out, it was never a question. And from then on out, that day I changed my major. I got an internship that summer between my sophomore and junior years of college, and the rest is history. They offered me a job at the end of my internship, and I graduated from college on a Friday. Monday, I was a news reporter. And so, and I haven't looked back since then. And so, and I've never once worried about where my next job was going to come or what new pretty face was going to take my position. None of that has ever been an issue for me because I knew the path that I was on was not the path that I anointed for myself, that God put me there.
Wow. I see you as your daughter is talking, Shonda. She is, as you are talking, your daughter is shaking her head and smiling like, that's right. That's right. So Zaya, do you get these same talk from your mom about your dream or following your desires or what you want to be or in it? Do your mom talk like this to you?
Yes, she does. She does.
So what is it that you want to be? What's one of your dreams that
Well,
you
when
want
I grow up, I want to be a singer.
really? So do you sing a lot now?
Yes.
Okay, well I want you to prepare some because before the show is
Yes,
over.
I do. I love.
Okay, well before the show is over, I'm gonna let you sing. How about that? Would that be good? Because right now,
Okay.
okay. Because right now we're gonna talk about how you are becoming well known across the United States of America. How people are picking up your book, and we're hearing the story. So, Mom, tell us why. Tell us what we're doing here today. Tell us about this big. You got to give us the name of the. All right, I just said it. All right, she got to give us the name of
Yes.
the book and how it can. Go ahead, Sister Shonda, tell us.
So the book in the name itself is a testimony, quite frankly. But this book idea came about. Zaya was getting ready to go to an event, and she wanted me to straighten her hair for the event. And I told her that, it's humid outside. You're going to be dancing around. If I straighten your hair, it's not going to stay straight. It's going to go right back to how it is now. And so she had this moment of defeat, because she really wanted her hair straightened like her friends whose hair, when it gets straight, stays straight. And so I said, let me, don't be feeling down. Let me tell you about your hair. I said, your hair is unique. It can be straight one day. It can be curly the next. You can braid it. You can lock it. It can be kinky. Your hair can do all these different things. You got options. And I said, your hair is unique hair. And so that is how this whole idea came about. And when God put it in my spirit to do a book, to really encourage brown girls to embrace the hair that he gave us, the hair, that wool-like hair that he gave us. And it is in God's image. And so I thought about writing the book, and I knew that I wanted this to be a rhyming board book for toddlers, because there's a lot of books out there for people or children Zaya's age, but there's not enough, in my opinion, for toddlers, because that's 0 to 5 years old is when 90% of brain development happens, and it's when self-confidence starts to be built. So at the earliest of ages, we need to teach our little girls to be proud of the hair, the crown that's on their heads. And so that is how the whole concept came about for My Omni Locks. So the book is called My Omni Locks. Zaya, you want to hold the book up?
Yes.
My Omni Locks, Hair with Endless Looks. And it is, again, a rhyming board book for toddlers, but quite honestly, any age can really enjoy the book. But it rhymes and it's interactive in that the hairstyles change as the page. And it's a book about the glory that God has given us to embrace, which is our hair. And so thus, My Omni Locks.
Call it Omni Locks. And where do you get that name from?
So that's a story within itself. So, initially, when this concept came about, God woke me up at 2:00 in the morning, Pastor Judy, and gave me the whole words to the book. So wow. I wrote it down, and it was all the words to the book. And again, it's a rhyming board book. It's 12 pages. It's one sentence per page because it's meant for toddlers. And I initially said I was going to call the book My Hair, My Crown. And as I started to research, because I've never written a book before, and especially not a board book, which after I started researching, I learned that board books you have to self-publish. It's not like a book that you can upload to Amazon and they print it, because it's those thick card book pages. and it has cutouts and all of those things. But when I started researching, I found that there was already an activity book called My Hair, My Crown. So I said, well, that ain't it, because that, you know, I want this to be original. So I just started praying. I'm like, God, okay, now you gave me this idea. What are we going to call it? What is this book going to be called? And I started tossing around ideas, but I was driving home one night in February. I had just emceed a wedding reception, and it was just me in the car just driving home. I'm like, and the book was heavy on my mind. I'm like, okay, God, you've given me the words. What is the title of this book? And I was listening to the radio, and the person on the radio just started talking about God being omnipresent and omnipotent and all these omni adjectives as it relates to God. And so that's when he gave me Omni Locks. So hair with endless looks. And so omni, because it can do so many things, our hair, but then omni also is a reverence to God. You know, this is the hair that he gave us. If you think biblically, when God is described in the Bible, he's described as having hair like wool. Our hair is the closest to our God. And that's kind of how the idea came about. And so this is the real clincher, Pastor Judy. So that night I came home and I was excited because I'm like, that's it. Omni Locks. I've never even heard of anything like that. So I wrote it down, and then I just started praising God. I'm like, thank you for giving me the title. And I said, well, before I go to sleep, let me just open my Bible and get a word. Pastor Judy, I picked up my Bible and just opened the Bible. You know where it opened to?
Where?
The same scripture 25 years ago that he gave me. Psalms 45:1. Your tongue is the pen of a ready writer. I almost fell off the bed. I said, now, God, you are magnificent. And literally, I just opened it, and it opened right back to that same scripture he gave me when I started my career as a news anchor. So that's why when we first launched, the books aren't even here yet, and they already got the buzz. They're going to be here in about 2 more weeks. So we've been doing pre-orders. So people are ordering this book and they don't even necessarily know what all it entails. But that's God. And so, when I initially launched it, what I said was this was more than writing a book. It was an assignment. And I took it as an assignment, so this wasn't just me. It was an assignment that I was given. And so I've worked hard to make it exactly what he wants it to be.
Wow. That Omni Locks. Omni Locks. Then when you said omnipresent and wow, this is all about God. Shonda, as you're talking, I'm thinking about it with so much anger and different things going on in this world. And here we are, and the things that we as brown people, minority, as we're suffering, the suffering that we've endured with our hair, because we want to do it, how we want to wear our hair. And you just mentioned that this is the closest hair of anybody that we have, our hair. Hair. And then listening to Zaya saying, just have confidence in God, just trust God, just ask God. You want your drink, then he sent you the same scripture from 25 years ago. I can hear him talking to us, Shonda, telling us, don't be weary and well doing, because we're going to reap if we faint not.
It's so true.
I mean, I'm listening to all of this here. I'm feeling this as you talking. I'm listening at your daughter. Your daughter is smiling, looking at. I'm enjoying her as you're talking. She's like, yeah, I'm always but I can just feel that in the atmosphere that he's telling us. And I want to share this with those of you who are listening and tuning in. I want you to grasp hold to what they're saying here tonight. If we don't faint, we're going to reap. Your dream is coming true. Matter of fact, it's already, the hair was already there.
Right.
I'm just thinking her beautiful hair was already there. And you as her mom spoke it into existence in her spirit. And now look at her, it still ain't straight. Now she's wearing her own hair because it was already there. Oh my God.
And that's the thing for our little girls. And, I want to tell them, and especially depending on their environment, when they see, everybody else's hair straight and wanting to be like that. But we are unique, and it doesn't mean you can't straighten your hair. I like to wear my hair, because it's the hair that God gave us. And Pastor Judy, I do want to just say this, in that when I first, this book idea came about, it wasn't even this deep for me. But in the evolution of it, when God gave me the title, he started revealing to me all the layers to it. And I was actually in a conversation with, I have two brothers, one younger, one older. And I was in a conversation with my brother who's a year older than me after this. He didn't even know about the book yet. And he's on his own journey. And he said, our hair is the only hair that can defy gravity. He said, our hair is an energy source. Who else hair can just stand straight up, without putting tons of spray in it and all of that. And so it is a gift. It's a gift from God, and it's our glory. It's our crown. So I'm hoping that little brown girls everywhere will get this book and love the hair that God naturally gave us. And so it just did my heart good, because we have the sample copy of the book, which is what I've been using until we get the load, which is on the way to be delivered. But my niece is 4 years old. And when we first gave her the book, Zaya, how much did she love it?
She loved it. She was reading it out loud. She was like, Mommy, oh my gosh, look.
She wouldn't put it down. We had to really pry the book out of her hand. And now when she comes to our house, it's the first thing she goes to. She wants the book. And that is what this is all about. It's just really having little brown girls everywhere embracing what God gave us.
So Zion, how do you feel about this book? Your mom has written a whole book about y'all encounter. What are you feeling?
I'm so happy. I'm so glad that she decided to make this book.
And what do you think it's going to do? What did it do for you when your mom began to tell you all of the different styles about your hair? And and you can wear it straight if you want to, but we could do so many things with our hair. What do you think about? Even hearing us talking now, what are you feeling? Because after a while, we're going to look at that book. I want people to see what we're getting.
So I'm just so happy. I feel so warm inside about this. And when she was telling me about everything I could do with my hair, instead of keeping that frown on my face, I just smiled. I was so happy.
Wow. So did you begin to imagine yourself with all these different hairstyles?
Yes, all of them.
Wow, that is my goddaughter were at, I'm not going to call the name of the school, but predominantly white school here. Mm-hmm. And she did not want to wear braids. She did not want to wear braids. She did not want to wear afro, because her hair is so beautiful and
yes,
thick. I mean, it is beautiful. Man, she left Tallahassee and she went to Purdue. But she started being around now more Black students. Right. And when I tell you now, Shonda and Zion, I mean, her afro puff is her afro, she don't call it, but it is so pretty. Then she put it up and she wore a big, beautiful puff. And then she got it braided. Then she dyed it red. And she just became into herself what she always wanted to do. But because of the environment she was raised in, went to school with, and I always was like, girl, just be yourself. Come on. But she always think I'm that OG godmama, I'm the OG
yes.
Godmama,
I see it.
You see it? but now Shonda and Zion, she has embraced it. And I believe when they see that book, and the earlier we can get it to them, earlier. And I want to speak to parents, just like Sister Shonda did. Speak to your girls. Speak to them. Let them know how unique they are. Let them know how pretty their hair is. Let them embrace that. Let them wear the style. But guess what? It's gonna come from home first. Because that's what happened, right, Sister Shonda? It came
That's
from
exactly.
It came from her mom, right, Zara?
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you. I don't know if you can do it on the Real Talk with Judy show. You can do this on the Real Talk with Judy show. Now I don't know if you can do it when you leave the Real Talk with Judy show, but you can do it now. Okay. Okay. So this is she like what you about to say? You ain't said by my mom. This is what I want you to do. I want you, Zaya, to help me tell the parents who are watching, tell the grandmothers who are watching and the aunties how important it is for them, for us adults, to encourage our young girls. Talk to us for a few minutes.
Well, I think that you just need to let them think about it some too. And I just want you all to just tell them all about every single thing you can do with their hair. And I'm pretty sure that they'll love their hair after you tell them that.
Wow. There you have it from a 10-year-old who now loves her hair like crazy. And she can straighten it if she want to. Let's look at the book. Let's look at the book.
Okay. So this is the book, and Pastor Judy. So here's the other thing about the book. I'd never written a book before. And so this was a journey, because with a kid's book, such a big part of it is the illustration, right? The pictures. Okay. So that in itself is a testimony, because I said, well, God, who am I going to get? I knew exactly what I wanted it to look like. I knew what all the pages inside were supposed to look like. God had already given me that vision. But I said, who is the person to bring this to life? And I was at work one day, and one of the girls who works in my unit, she's our media specialist. One of the other employees said, oh, Ariel was working on her sketches this weekend. And I said, oh, Ariel does sketches? And she said, yeah, she sketches all these different characters. And I said, now, God, look at you. So I said to Ariel, Ariel, you do sketch work? And she said, yeah. I said, well, bring me your book in. I want to take a look at it, because we may be able to partner on something. And she brought her sketchbook in, and she had all these characters that she had drawn. And I said, Ariel, I'm about to go on this journey. And I said, I want you to go with me. And I said, I want you to be my illustrator. I said, I will pay you top value for your work. And she had never done this before. She had done sketch work. And so I invested and bought the program she needed to be able to do the animation. And as you can see, and when you log onto the website, you'll get a really good look at it. But the animation is Disney quality. It really is. She did such a phenomenal job. But this is the cover. It's inspired by Zaya. It's got Zaya's look.
Wait, hold on for a minute. Because as you was talking, Shonda, it came to me. A lot of when God give us our dreams and vision, and if we can just trust him, like she said, and have confidence, everything we need is right around us.
Right around us, right under our nose.
Right under our nose. There are some people who don't believe in what you do, but then they're not supposed to help you. They aren't the ones. Because the ones who are supposed to help you already sketching.
Already
sketching.
That's a word. That's a word.
Yeah, you are inspiring me. You are inspiring me. Yeah, they're already sketching. They're just waiting to be asked.
Right. Just waiting to be asked. And when I tell you she knocked it out of the park, we went through only 3 revisions. She did the first drawing, and I was like, oh, let's do this. Let's do that. She came back with a second. I said, and it was leap years ahead of the first one. And I said, oh, now this is really good. I said, we just need to make her look a little younger, and just gave her some feedback. And this was the 3rd drawing, and she nailed it. She nailed it. So I say that to say, as we climb, we need to take others with us, and so it did my heart so good to be able to bring Ariel along with this journey. And so, she's up and coming. She's young, but I told her, I said, this is just the beginning for you too, in her journey. But so this is the book, and Pastor Judy, if you like, this is the first time we've actually been able to show the whole book, and it's a short read. I'll read it to you.
Yeah, I was going to ask you to read it too. We want to flip the pages.
Okay, all right. We're going to let Zaya read it, because she actually has it memorized. You're going to read it for us, Zaya? Okay, all right.
She got it memorized?
Yes.
My hair can be curly. My hair can be flat. It can be kinky. It can be in plaits. I can wear locks. I can wear braids. I can wear my hair all kinds of ways.
Oh, hold on.
It's my gift from God. It's my mark of honor. My hair, my crown. I love being brown.
That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. How much are you?
Oh, and one more thing. You can notice every time you turn the page, it will show what you need to do that hairstyle with your hair.
Oh, I didn't see that. Go turn it back again.
Turn the page, Zaya.
Turn the page.
It shows everything you need on the side to make that hairstyle.
I did not see that.
Yes.
Oh,
all
wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Your sketcher did a phenomenal job.
She did such a great job.
Book.
Thank you.
Wow. How much is it?
So the book is $12.99.
Okay.
So you can buy the book for $12.99, or there is a bundle deal where for $14.99, I believe it is, you get the book and the Omni keychain. So our character's name is Omni, thus Omni Locks. So there's a cute little keychain of Omni that you can put on your backpack or the baby bag or whatever it is. They make great baby shower gifts. Let's start them early, or birthday gifts. But we are in pre-order phase, as we mentioned. And anyone who orders the book as a pre-order before they actually get in will get a free gift, which we won't say what the free gift is yet, right, Zaya? No. But they'll get a free gift if you pre-order the book. And then we are planning book signings. I've already gotten calls to do a book signing in Gainesville, Jacksonville, and Atlanta. So,
world, man. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But if
so
I
we're going to be
down, that was gonna get me my book. But you know what? I tell you what, we're gonna pre-order some books for our daycare.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much.
And then I'm gonna have I'm gonna get with Carolyn and Carolyn's your Sarah now.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, she's AKA down. I mean,
I love her to death too. She's well representing us so well.
Oh, she is. She loved it, but she's been wanting to be an AKA since she was 9 years old, I believe it was, and she was ready. She was ready because when it
was always the pink and green for me,
and for her too. But I'm hoping I don't come in one day and the building has been painted pink and green. And all the
they're beautiful colors.
But I'm gonna get with her. We're gonna pre-order for the brown girls in our daycare.
Yes.
And we will get with the our youth leader and get some books ordered for our children. And we want to start them early. I am a believer in that. The earlier, I used to always want to work with teens. And one night, as you, Shonda, the Lord just placed in my spirit, no, I want you to work with them earlier.
Right.
So I was going to do just middle school, but he put me all the way down to the daycare and the elementary, because by the time they become teenagers, we see what challenge we have now. We have a challenge. They're
already who they are. Yeah.
So if we can get it, and I would love to have these books in our daycare, at our church. So I'm going to get with Carolyn, and we're going to pre-order these books, and and I think what we'll do, I have Carolyn to set up where you all can come one day and read to the parents.
I would love that.
Read to the parents. I think that that would be good. We can have you and Zion come in and read to the parents, and then both of you all encourage them. And Zion, you can encourage those little girls. Man, that's going to be great.
It is going to be great. And I do want to say we are going to do a book launch at the last part of August. So stay tuned for those details. So we're going to do a launch in Tallahassee and a book signing. And I want to do some creative things with that and really leverage it. We want to give away some free hairstyles. So I want to partner with some braiding salons. So stay tuned on details for the book launch as we move in that direction. And anyone who wants to do bulk orders, such as daycares in the Tallahassee area, don't order through the website. Contact me directly so you can avoid the shipping costs for books.
So do you want to go ahead and give the information as to where they can order the books and how they can contact you directly? Because I do believe that there are going to be some more daycares. I do believe there are going to be some more daycare directors who are going to want to put these books in their centers. I do believe that. And
yes.
So you can, let's give them your contact information and the website, and then we're going to come back and I want you to we're going to talk about some we got God, and we're going to talk about some more ways how to have confidence even when you fail, even when it don't go right. But give us the website information first and how they can contact you.
Sure. So the website is myomnilocks.com. myomnilocks.com. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We have a YouTube page, but we haven't done much activity there. We're waiting on everybody to get their books, and then we're going to ramp up the YouTube page. But all of those are avenues to get in contact with us. You can order the book directly through the website. You know, Pastor Judy, this was a faith walk also because I self-financed this book. So this is not, again, an Amazon product or anything. This is direct sales through our website. Wow. So again, it's myomnilocks.com to find more information. And I just want to speak this because it's been in my spirit too, for anybody out there who is out doing the work of the community. You talked about buying it for the daycare, and we're so grateful because that is really our target audience. But Leon County Schools has agreed to, they're in their process of review to purchase these for all elementary schools in Leon County and Gaston County as well. We're in talks with them too. But this is the thing I wanted to say is I was sharing about the book too, and I don't think he minds me mentioning Daryl Jones, who is one of our school board members. And this was before I even got the sample copy. I was telling him about it and I was excited. And he said, we're gonna do this. And I said, and it just touched my spirit because I wasn't looking for him to say that Leon County Schools wanted to, see if they could go down this road. And I said, really? And this is what he said to me. And this is for somebody out there. He said, it's hard to say no to someone who always says yes. And when I tell you, it touched my spirit in such a big way because, and it's not me boasting in anything, but I love giving back to our community.
Right.
And anybody who asks me is usually a yes if I don't have something going on. So when he said that, it just hit my heart because we have laborers out there in the vineyard and God is looking for ways to elevate you and bless you. So keep doing his work and listening to what he's saying, and the success is already there.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a powerful show. I'm sitting here really being empowered. And I said, that's what we do for our listening audience. But you all have inspired me. I got things going on in my mind and all of that. But it is really hard to say no to someone who always say yes. And Daryl Jones is a drum major for all of our children.
He is. Love him.
Our brown children. He is that Title I school. And so are you, Shonda. And we have some good people in Tallahassee who really wants to see our young people successful. And you just said it. You said success is already there. It really is. It just has to be kindled. And they have to be shown that it's there. People have to see it. And I could just imagine your daughter as I'm looking at her, because she said the frown went off of her face. That was powerful. She said, as you talked to her, the frown left her face. Man, that was powerful. And I don't know if parents really grasping hold to this, but sometimes when we hear our parents talk, the frown leave our face. And there's a certain hope that is developed, even if it's for that moment, and you have to come back again and do that smile. I know my mom isn't feeling well right now, but my sister called and they gave her some fluid and her color came back on her, and she smiled at us and told everyone, Shonda, for that minute, our whole the frown, worry left our face.
Yes, that'll do it.
It left our face. And my mom called each one of our names. The smile, just the frown left our face. And so you all are saying some good things. Like when I get off of here, I'm gonna have to go and get me a book so I can follow you and Zaya around and put all of these quotes and stuff in place. Shonda, what would you say to someone who have really, I mean, they're trying to get off the ground. They really are. And I feel that we're going to have some people on here. We're going to be really encouraged. And we're going to look at the question, because that's one of the things I want y'all to do. I meant to say this earlier. Go ahead and put questions in the chat. And even if we don't get to them before the show is over, we'll make sure we go back and answer your question. Put question down there for Shonda. Ask her question. She says she self-finances. And she paid her sketcher, her artist who worked with her and developed. That is beautiful. That is
That's sowing the seed. That's sowing the seed, because again, this was God given. So everything from, and because I believe in it, I copyrighted. I went through the copyright process for the title because I'm like, God, this is your work. We can't give it to nobody else.
That's right.
So, and it was a journey. I'd never written a book before. So it was a lot of nights of me listening to other authors on TikTok and YouTube and learning from their mistakes because, like I said, with the board book, it's such a different process. I had to self-publish. And so learning all of that about the ISBN numbers. And so it's just a blessing. But when you talk about dreams do come true, it is just a testament. We're just here to say, if your dream is God's dream, it has no choice but to come true, but to come to fruition. You just got to make sure your dream is rooted in the right place, and it's already done.
Well, this is so, and you see how positive and word based they are. This is it. You got to trust God, and He has to be your foundation, and you have to be so sure about that. And she said, if your dream is God's dream, can't help but come true. Because He's taken, oh my goodness, He's taken what's in Him, putting it in us so we can make it happen on earth.
Amen.
So He putting His dreams that He see in us, because He didn't create any of us not to be successful in this earth. Not to leave an imprint, not to touch somebody else, not to help somebody else. And every last one of us are helpers.
Yes, helpers. And the other thing, I think about those talents in the Bible, those ones who went and buried it, God took it away from those. So the more we use these gifts, the more gifts He'll give to us. Yes. But if you just sitting on it, when those ideas pop in your head, you got to claim that. That's an assignment. And if you don't then go and pursue that assignment, He's not going to get you and give you another one if you're not doing anything with that one. No. So we have to take all these assignments and take them seriously and produce them to the best of our ability and allow God to do the work.
I love it. And I love that you keep calling them assignments. I love that you keep saying that what God has given to us are assignments.
Yes.
But He does expect us to pursue them. So talk about that. And you said that we're not going to use the one. Why would He give us another one? Right? Because He gave the 5 more. He gave the 2 more. And He told that one, depart from me. You work
depart from me.
Depart.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? But He doubled those other gifts. And so the more we use those gifts and the more, and like I said, when I looked at it, this was not my work. Those words are not my words. I woke up and God gave them to me. All I did was deliver it. So I don't consider this my work. This is me being a vessel to do what God wants to do. I don't know what He plans to do with this book. All I know is I'm here to receive it and carry out the assignment. And the more we do that, we are, like you said, Dr. Judy, we're entering some real serious times ahead for us, for our country, for our world. And for me, it has been about searching myself and how do I become closer to you, God? God, what are the barriers that are keeping me from going to the next level? And we have to continue to ask ourselves, searching me, creating me a clean heart, God, so that I can hear from you, because he needs us. There are some spiritual things that are out there that we got to battle. And if you ain't ready to battle it, God can't use you. So the more we exercise these gifts, the more he'll take us to the next level and give us other assignments. But if you ain't mastering the low assignments, he can't take you to the next level.
Can't take you to the next level. Because one thing he don't want his name to be made ashamed.
No.
So he said God gave us something, or God told us to do this, and it's shabby. That ain't from God. He like,
no,
Judy, I'm not gonna give you anything else. I'm not gonna give you anything else till you master this. Till you do this. Wow, Zion, you know what? We're about to come to an end. So I will not end this show without you saying something good to us. Just tell us a few good things. Tell us what's on Zion's mind. Tell us.
Well, I am just so happy that I'm with you right now.
Oh.
This is amazing. And I'm just so glad about this book. I already know that it's going to come to a success.
Wow. Shonda, I might have to steal her from you. She's been so encouraging. I'm just so happy. I'm just so glad. I'm gonna have to call her when I'm having one of those moments.
I know that's right. She's full of energy. I'm telling you, sometimes I have to, she wears me out, but it's a blessing. And we're going to channel that energy into exactly what God wants it to be, right?
But she gonna, because before I end, you got to sing, remember?
Yeah.
So that you get the song. I didn't forget. We're gonna hear that. So right before you sing, Mama, give us about a minute or two of good closing words to these fine people who got so many questions and everything going here.
Well, first of all, Dr. Judy, thank you so much for letting your light shine. I remember my very first time hearing you speak. You won't remember, but it was years ago. Pastor Tawanda Davila Davis was having an event. It said she asked me to MC and you were the speaker. And I just sat there in awe of every word that came out of your mouth. And I said, now, God, this is a woman from you. Wow. And so from that day to this, I have just admired everything that you do and the gift that God has placed into you. And so, my final words are very simple in that God is calling us to a new level of wokeness and awareness. There are so many things out there in the world that are meant to challenge us. There are idols that we don't even know we're worshiping. Wow. And we have got to seek God at another level. And we have to allow God to use us in the way that he wants to use us. He placed in every single person on this earth a gift. Yes. Now, whether or not you use it and get more gifts is all up to you. But you have to continue to seek him. And when those ideas pop into your mind, don't just consider an idea, consider it an assignment. And the more you master those assignments, the more you'll get to graduate to the next level and and it ain't for us. It ain't for self-gain. It's so that he gets the glory. Wow. And for us, that's what it's all about. It's all about us saying yes so that he gets the glory.
Shonda, it has been a pleasure having you and your daughter on here today. Thank you so very much. Y'all get the book. The website address is on there, and contact. Get the book. Be on the lookout for the launching of it. And remember, you can join me every Tuesday night on in Bible study, and every Sunday at 11 a.m. at Life Changers Church of God in Christ. 601 Mickey Road. So we're going to end it with this. We're going to end this great show today with Zion. Zion, take us there. Give us a song.
Okay, I'm going to sing This Little Light of Mine.
Oh, yeah.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
That's real talk, y'all.
Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with